Guys, so I am back home in America on my way to work. And I am extremely tired, you guys. There was a little pause because I was backing out of my driveway. However, I am tired, that jet lag, and so backstory of being arriving home a day later. So my vacation, leaving Jamaica, lovely Jamaica, had fun in Jamaica. I had to leave Thursday, so that was the plan, obviously, because that's my scheduled flight. So we get to the airport, and go through the whole process, and as we're waiting, we find out that our flight, when I say myself and my family, our flight was delayed, and our flight was scheduled for 2, so they delayed it about a good hour. So we probably like an hour and a half or 45 minutes or so, and when we arrived to our connection, which was Florida, Fort Lauderdale, we arrived at 8, and our connection flight was for 7:30. So when we found out that the plane had already left, of course, we were upset, among others who had the same connecting flight, to get to our next destination to make it home. And they wasn't trying to accommodate us, because we had to wait to catch the next flight a day later, like 24 hours later. So they didn't want to accommodate a hotel for us, and it wasn't our fault that the flight from the airport we were at in Jamaica was delayed. So that was really aggravating, just for the simple fact that it wasn't our fault. So I was slightly upset. I called customer service to find out how we could be, accommodated, because JetBlue, there in person, was not trying to accommodate us. And to, also give a little bit of background, when we was finding this information out, about the plane taking off, and that we wouldn't be on the next flight until, Friday night. I then request to speak with a manager, and one of the employees was disrespectful, telling me that, well, so I requested, to speak with the manager, and I did ask, the first question I did ask was, what's your manager's name? And the response he gave me was, I don't have to give you his name, along those lines. And it's not my name to give. And I said, well, is he not your superior? What you mean? I was so confused about that and upset. So I had to take my child to the restroom, and by the time I came back from taking my child to the restroom, there was a manager present, which was good. So I did touch base with the manager and try to get some real understanding, like, why are we not being accommodated when it's not our fault that our plane was delayed from leaving Jamaica. That had nothing to do with us. So with that being said, the manager said they can't really disclose. It's normally have to do with someone being thoroughly checked, and if they came across something that could supposedly cause some type of delay of some sort. And I did throw that employee underneath the bus, because I said, your employee was quite rude. I did request to speak with a manager, and also requested the name of a manager, and the response that the employee gave me was not okay. So that's that. So it turned out, so anywho, speaking with customer service, I did call. Customer service was saying one thing, JetBlue in person of the people that we talked to was saying another, slightly conflicted. However, the thing that the thing that was on the same page was, if we was to find a hotel to stay for the night, we need to save our receipts, and anything that we purchase, there's a possibility we get our money back. So that's exactly the end of the resort. We found a place to stay because it was extremely late by this time. So we was talking 8. By the time I was speaking with a manager, it was 8:45. By the time trying to book a hotel close by and reasonable for one night, it took us a minute, so about 10:30-ish, and by the time we booked and the shuttle picking us up was a little after 11. And then once we reached the hotel, trying to find food because we still haven't had dinner, so eating extremely late. So yeah, it was a lot, you guys. It was a lot. So fast forward, because it is Jazzy Diva with the flow. And just to remind you guys, life be lifing, the things happen that's out of your control. You have to go with the flow with how things go. And the positive about it, because I had to look at the positive. There's things that I did receive, that was building up of some negative energy. However, the positive about it is that we did make it safely back into the U.S. So that's the positive, and grateful for that. I am thankful that, you know, we was able to find, you know, the outcome of us finding a hotel close by. But the manager was really nice too. The one that I spoke with, like, he did give us some recommendations of hotels, you know, for us to look into. So and that was a positive as well. You know, I think it's just the travel, and you guys, those of you who travel a lot or often, enough, or travel, you know, even if it's once a year or so, you travel enough where you know you've just tired, you know. It's something about our body where we just feel exhausted traveling to and traveling from, returning travels. You know, we just be tired. And sometimes when things don't go as smoothly and you have to really go with the flow of things, sometimes the flow of things don't always work in our favor. However, just going with the flow of any change up, and try to receive, obviously, the negative, and try to release the negative emotions that is building or you're feeling at the moment, so that way, you know, you're not stuck in it, in those emotions and feelings, you know, and look at the positive side, you know. And that's basically what I did. And so we checked out Friday morning at 11 from the hotel stay, and made it back to the airport. It was at the airport for hours. And on the positive, saw now Choppa. So by the time you guys see this, it should already be posted. You know, little shorts of that. You know, that was the highlight. So I guess, you know, had we made it home on Thursday, meeting him would obviously not have happened, and taking pictures. He's a cool guy, very humble. I did ask him if, you know, if it's okay for me to put him on my YouTube. I mentioned his name, and he's on my shorts. By the time you see this, you have already seen that he's on the shorts. So, you know, life be lifing, Jazzy Diva, you know. I am just on the flow of things, and on this journey of life, just remember, not everything always is planned the way you would like it to be planned. Not everything is going to be planned the way it should be planned. Just remember that, you guys, especially, you know, if you're ever planning vacation or events, expect the unexpected, you know. And if things should, you know, not happen the way you would like it to happen, receive. I'm not telling you not to be in your feelings, because, you know, of course, be in your feelings. Receive it, but let it go. As best as possible, excuse me. And just reflect on the positive, or if you find it hard to see the positive, you guys, try to think of how the situation could be positive. I am really tired, guys, and going to work, I know I'm going to be dragging. And it's gonna be a long day. I don't get out until 3:30, and then I have other stuff to do. So, because the kids go back to school, you know, and I still have to get a few things. I was ahead of a few things before I went on vacation, knowing that they were going back to school. However, those small little details, and I know the teachers is gonna, add on. I try to be a little bit overly prepared because I'm one of those parents that I know, like, reports and notebooks is obviously the must-have, and the scissors, and all the little stuff. I don't have to get as much, but enough for me to have the things I have to get today. So just a little bit of something that the kids must have for their first day of school. And yeah, that is it, you guys. Maybe I will, give a little insight of my journey, my whereabouts when I get out of work. So if that should happen, look at my eyes. I'm really tired. Like, I look like I haven't slept in days. If I should do that, then I will record and post it so you guys can see the journey. My keys, my work keys. I should have had that out. I didn't have it out. I could really use a coffee, you guys. And that's not happening. So I'm gonna make it through. That's the positive of it. All right, you guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Thank you for the views again, you guys. I do appreciate it. Okay, so no matter what time of day it is that you are watching this, I thank you, and blessings to you all, and much love to you all. Okay, bye.